A wedding day. It's a creature of infinite hope, isn't it? A confection of lace, promises, and carefully arranged flowers. Every detail is a brushstroke in a masterpiece of perfection. For Amelia, this day was to be her Sistine Chapel, the culmination of a lifetime of dreams, meticulously planned down to the last champagne flute. She was the architect of this flawless day, and every guest, every server, every smiling face was a piece on her board. But even the most careful architect can overlook a single, fatal flaw. A tiny switch left in the on position, a little red light, blinking like a patient predator in the shadows. No one knew that a live microphone was about to turn this perfect day into a public execution. Amelia. Well, Amelia was about to say something about her family that would burn her perfect world to the ground. The ceremony was a portrait of tradition, held in the sprawling gardens of a century-old manor. It felt less like a wedding and more like a royal affair. Amelia had insisted on it. Her father, a man who had built a small fortune from the ground up, had spared no expense. He beamed as he walked his only daughter down the aisle, his heart swelling with a pride so profound it was almost painful to watch. Her mother, a woman who radiated quiet elegance, wept softly, her tears shielded by a lace handkerchief. And then there was Chloe, the maid of honor. Amelia's younger sister, always in Amelia's shadow, but never resentful. She was the quiet fixer, the one who smoothed over the cracks in Amelia's demanding vision, the one who made sure the day ran on schedule, all with a gentle smile and unwavering devotion. To the outside world, they were a perfect family, united in their joy for the bride. But as with any perfect facade, what lies beneath is often far more interesting and far more sinister. To my Amelia, I have watched you grow from a little girl with scraped knees into this incredible, breathtaking woman. You were always so determined, so focused on getting what you wanted, and today you have it all. I couldn't be prouder. The speeches began, each one a testament to the beautiful, successful, and beloved Amelia. Her father's words painted a picture of a determined daughter. The groom's best man told a charming, sanitized story of how the couple met. The room was swimming in a sea of goodwill. But a secret, like a ghost, haunted the edges of the celebration. The secret was that this perfection had come at a cost paid by the very family now raising a glass in her honor. Her father hadn't just spared no expense. He had liquidated investments he couldn't afford to lose. Her mother hadn't just helped plan, she had weathered months of Amelia's screaming fits and impossible demands. And Chloe hadn't just been a maid of honor. She had been a servant, her own life put on hold to cater to her sister's every whim. They did it all out of love, or perhaps out of a long-standing fear of Amelia's wrath. They smiled, they clapped, and they drank their champagne, believing the worst was over. They had no idea it was just beginning. After the first dance, the applause echoing like a promise of a happy future, Amelia decided she needed a moment to touch up her makeup, to breathe, to escape the hundreds of adoring eyes. She and Chloe slipped away from the grand ballroom into the quiet seclusion of the bridal suite. What she forgot, what everyone forgot, was the tiny lavalier microphone still clipped to the back of her gown. The microphone the videographer had used to capture their vows, promising to remove it after the dance. In the rush, he had forgotten. Back in the reception hall, a hush had fallen as guests awaited the cake cutting, and into that silence, a voice suddenly bloomed from the speakers. It was clear, crisp, and unmistakably Amelia's. At first, there was confusion. A technical glitch? A pre-recorded message? But then, the words became horrifyingly clear. God, I cannot wait until this is all over. Another hour of smiling and pretending I am not surrounded by the most suffocating people on the planet. Amelia, don't say that. It's your wedding day. Oh, please, Chloe. Don't you ever get tired of being so nauseatingly good? Look at them out there. Dad, acting the proud patriarch. He has no idea how pathetic he looks, crying during his speech like a weak old man. He'd mortgage his soul if I asked him to. In fact, he practically did. A collective gasp sucked the air from the room. Every eye dotted from the speakers to Amelia's father, who seemed to shrink in his chair. The words were like stones, and they were being hurled with vicious intent. But she was just getting started. This wasn't a crack in the facade. It was a demolition. And moan. And moan. God, did you see her? Fluttering around like some tragic heroine? Oh, my baby girl. She's so desperate for everyone to see what a wonderful mother she is. She's a doormat. I could have demanded the moon, and she would have found a way to stitch it onto my dress. They're a bunch of pathetic, spineless puppets. And you, Chloe, you're the worst of them all. My perfect, loyal little shadow. Do you even have a thought of your own? Or do you just live to clean up my messes? It's almost sad. Silence. A thick, suffocating silence had fallen over the grand hall. The kind of silence that is heavier than any sound. Every guest was a statue, every smile frozen and grotesque. They had not just overheard a private conversation. They had been audience to a soul's dissection. They had seen the monster that lurked behind the perfect bride. Some horrors are not born of darkness and shadows. They are born in sunlit rooms, dressed in white, and broadcast for the world to hear. In that moment, Amelia's perfect day shattered into a million pieces. But it wasn't just the wedding that was over. It was a family. Remember the flawless day? The masterpiece of perfection. It had all been a lie, and all it took to reveal the truth was a single, forgotten microphone. That little blinking red light didn't just capture a voice, it captured a venom that had been poisoning a family for years. The guests left. The music died. The groom, without another word, walked out of the manor and out of her life. But the most devastating blow wasn't the loss of her husband. It was the final look from her sister. The look of a person who had just been set free. Amelia had orchestrated a perfect day, but in the end, she had only succeeded in creating her own perfect, gilded cage. Now, she was the sole resident. Sometimes, the most terrifying monsters aren't hiding in the closet. They're standing at the altar, smiling for the camera. A wedding is meant to be the start of a new life. For Amelia, it was the end of an old one, brought down by her own words, broadcast for all to hear. It makes you wonder what secrets are being whispered just out of earshot at the next perfect wedding you attend. Thank you for watching Bridezilla Nightmares. If you have a story you think we should hear, let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another tale of wedding day disaster.